All right, so first project on the boat. I'm gonna go through everything and sort the keep from the trash, and then also move everything that's in the main cabin into the V-berth so I can get started on the sanding and all of the work that needs to be done. All right, so right now, I'm gonna leave this as my workspace. So all my tools, all the random stuff. This is kind of gonna be one of the last things I do, aside from redoing all of this red. But all of these ugly green countertops are getting replaced. So I'm just trying to start with the biggest chunks first and then knock out all the little details after. Right now, that means redoing all of this wood. So sanding everything down. And then the plan right now is to paint this bulkhead and this bulkhead, and then under sections here that connect, that'll all be white. And then all of the wood that's over here, I'm gonna keep it the way that it is. I'm just gonna be redoing the stain. So right now, the tools that I'm using, sander versus an orbital sander, because with this one, I can get into all the little corners. I've already tested this, it works great, extremely impressed with it. The primer I'm going with is this right here, the Ipswich Pine. So it's a nice light color. Like I said, pretty much exactly what's already here. This is stained, this is not, so it's a little bit lighter, but not. And then for paint, I went with just a nice interior paint and primer. I'm doing a flat because the seal that I'll be using on all of the stain and the paint will line it up and make it a lot more glossy. So I didn't want to go glossy right off the bat. So without further ado, let's get the sanding. So my plan right now, like I said, I'm gonna knock out this big section as much as I can of the main cabin. So a great example of why I'm choosing to redo all of the wood in here is there's a lot of stuff like this, just big gouges and scratches. Up towards the top, I was able to get this pretty much all the way down. However, there's some pretty deep gouges in some spots. So what I'm gonna do is still proceed with sanding everything in here. But there are gonna be some spots that are gonna require wood filler, which unfortunately I don't have, but that's okay because I have a lot of sanding to do, first off. So right now I'm using 80 grit sandpaper. And then I'm gonna finish with, so right now the goal isn't really to remove all of the original stain, it's more just to smooth this wood out as much as possible. Make a good easy application for the new stain. And the new so stain. This wood is lightened up a lot. This is enough to where I can apply that new stain and it'll take that color versus this section here that's not sanded. So far, the only downside to the insane amount of sanding and elbow grease, but I suppose it could be an upside, is your drinks get dusty, so you gotta finish them quick, but it makes the work more fun. So I ran out of sandpaper. I only had 15 pieces of 80 grit. It was kind of just a test run. This is the first I've actually torn into anything on the boat. I do have power on the boat, but again, I'm out of sandpaper, so there's not a whole lot I can do. But perfect timing because we're having one of those beautiful Hawaiian sunsets here on the marina. So I'm gonna call it at that for now, and I will come back to you guys once I get most of the sanding done and we're ready to start applying primer and paint. And if there's anything I think of doing in the meantime, I'll be sure to make videos on that. Maintenance items, product updates, a little bit of everything. Make sure you subscribe and like and share. And I look forward to sharing this crazy adventure and project with you guys.